In question 10 of this exercise, we have these two triangles that you see in this figure, in which some parts have been indicated as equal. We have to explain why triangle ABC is congruent to triangle FED. Okay, so let's see which parts have been indicated as equal. So angle A, this angle here, has been indicated as equal to angle F, right? And angle B is marked as 90 degrees. So this angle here, angle B, and angle E is also marked as 90 degrees. So these two angles are indicated as equal as well. And also the side BC is indicated to be equal to the side ED. So we have to explain why the two triangles can be claimed as congruent. The thing is that the equal pair of sides BC and ED is not the included side pair between the two equal angle pairs. So we have the two equal angle pairs as AF and B and E, but the equal side pair BC and ED does not fall between these equal angle pairs. Okay, so if we had been given, for example, that AB and EF are equal, if this side AB and this side EF had been given as equal, then we could have directly applied the ASA congruence criterion and we could have claimed that the two triangles are congruent. But in this case, because the equal pair of sides BC and ED are not the included pair of sides, this is basically what the question is about. How can we claim that the two triangles are still congruent? Well, it's actually quite easy. The thing is that if two angle pairs in two triangles are equal, then the third pair of angles will automatically be equal. So if angle A and angle F are equal, angle B and angle E are equal, then angle C, this angle here, will automatically be equal to angle D. And why is that? Well, because the sum of the angles in any triangle is equal to 180 degrees. So angle A plus angle B plus angle C is equal to 180 degrees, which is also the sum of angle D plus angle E plus angle F, right? Now angle A and angle F are equal, so if we cancel them out on both sides, and angle B and angle E are equal, we cancel them out from both sides. So we see that angle C and angle D will also be equal. And this means that if we now compare in the two triangles, if we now compare the pairs angle B and angle E, so this is equal, and we have shown that angle C and angle D are equal. And if we take the side pair BC and ED, which is the included side pair for these two pairs of angles, we can now apply the ASA congruence criterion and we can say that the two triangles are congruent. So by the ASA congruence criterion, we have triangle ABC congruent to triangle FED. So basically the main idea behind the solution is that because two angle pairs are equal in the two triangles, the third angle pair will automatically be equal, and hence we can apply the ASA congruence criterion. So this is an interesting aspect of the ASA congruence criterion, that to apply it, you do not necessarily need the equal side pair to be the included side pair. As long as you have two angle pairs and one side pair equal, the ASA congruence criterion can be applied. And the reason is that the third pair of angles, in this case angle C and angle D, they will automatically be equal. So this is the answer for question number 10.
To learn more about how QMath can help you crack school and board exams, explore QMath Leap, a live online classroom program run by highly experienced and committed teachers.